Well, let me tell you two things. You're right about 8:45 or so. The Secret Service told the White House press corps to evacuate. Now, usually what that means, Sean, is if you're out there on the North Lawn, you don't want to be downwind of any dispersal techniques. In other words, if they're going to use pepper or some other agent, they want to clear an area, especially when there are lots of people. They don't want you on the North Lawn. Or it could also mean, and sometimes it does, that protesters have gotten too close to the fence line. I don't believe that was the case. But as you've known, Sean, the mob is, in fact, on the move. In fact, they're trying to do to D.C. what they've done in Seattle, and that's create an autonomous zone. They're calling this one, wait for it, Black House Autonomous Zone. They tried to actually set up shop just north of the White House, about a block east of Lafayette Park, using barricades that were already there, Sean, thanks to D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser, who cordoned off a part of 16th Street, renamed it Black Lives Matter Plaza.
At this hour, a major show of solidarity for Bubba Wallace, NASCAR's only black driver in its top circuit, one day after some awful person left a noose in his garage stall. Before today's race, his fellow drivers pushed Wallace's Victory Junction Chevrolet down pit row as others followed in procession. This comes as the Department of Justice announced it is investigating this case.
Driving from two tweets just sent by President Trump. This is what he's written. I have authorized the federal government to arrest anyone who vandalizes or destroys any monument, statue or other such federal property in the U.S. with up to 10 years in prison per the Veterans Memorial Preservation Act or such other laws that may be pertinent. This action is taken effective immediately, but may also be used retroactively for destruction or vandalism already caused. There will be no exceptions. This comes after police in Washington, D.C. used pepper spray to stop protesters trying to remove a statue close to the White House of former President Andrew Jackson, a former Army general and slave owner responsible for signing the Indian Removal Act, which led to thousands of Native Americans being removed from their land.
Red paint thrown on the statue of Hubert Lyautey, the former French governor of colonies in Morocco, Algeria, Madagascar, and Indochina, and finally minister in Paris during the First World War. It is a new manifestation of the rejection of slavery and colonialist figures, born after the African-American George Floyd was killed by the white policeman. Demonstrations also in Lille, in the north of the country, in front of the statue of Faith Herb, responsible for the massacres of several tens of thousands of people in present-day Senegal. Also in Paris, protesters also attacked the figure of the philosopher Voltaire, whose fortune was partly based on the colonial part. Faced with calls from Afro-descendants in France and the West Indies to decolonize history, French President Emmanuel Macron has said he will not unbolt the statue.
Germany has ordered a district of almost 400,000 people back into lockdown amid a widening coronavirus outbreak. This after Germany's top health experts warned that the new cluster of cases had the potential to spread quickly. Word of the new restrictions came from Armin Laschet, premier of the country's most populous state, North Rhine-Westphalia. The new outbreak is centered on a massive meat processing plant, Tönnies, near the city of Gütersloh. More than 1,500 workers there have tested positive for coronavirus.
Well, AfriForum has announced that it will represent the Botswana government in a fraud and money laundering court case involving Bridget Motsepe-Radebe. The South African businesswoman is the wife of former Minister Jeff Radebe and is the sister-in-law of President Cyril Ramaphosa. Motsepe-Radebe has been implicated in the alleged theft of more than 146 billion rand from Botswana to fund a coup before the national election. That's the allegation.
Well, good afternoon, Gareth. Very scathing allegations here brought by, of course, the Botswana government and AfriForum. So what's basically going to happen here is that AfriForum will also represent was appointed by the Director of Public Prosecutions, which is Stephen Tiro Yahosi, to look into this money laundering matter, which involves highly profiled and politically connected South Africans.
The Taiwan buys the U.S. warship for fight against Beijing in South China Sea. The U.S. appears to be arming Taiwan with up to 18 Mk-48 heavyweight torpedoes. Extremely lethal submarine-fired undersea weapons built to destroy enemy surface ships, submarines, and other targets at sea. The move, which was approved by the United States Department of State last month, offers Taiwan vastly improved undersea defenses against a potential Chinese amphibious assault or maritime attack upon its shores. Unlike lighter-weight torpedoes that can be launched from a ship deck or helicopter, the Mk-48 represents a precision-guided heavily explosive weapon fired from beneath the sea.
On the 17th of March, as the pandemic was spreading across Russia, Vladimir Putin opened a new special facility, the Coronavirus Information and Monitoring Center. The president looks on as the deputy prime minister extols the benefits of an artificial intelligence system purported to detect fakes automatically. Those who write messages of this kind contradicting the official line now face big penalties. On top of a fake news law passed last year, which included large fines, in late March the Russian parliament fast-tracked another piece of legislation setting prison terms of up to 5 years for spreading false information during a crisis.
What started as a fun adventure ended with a very grisly discovery. Some teens who were using a TikTok app that randomly generates a nearby location to explore got to the location. And as Amber Cogliano reports, they were shocked by what they found.
These teens are about to make a gruesome discovery.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the beach.
They were exploring a remote part of a beach in Seattle when they came across the mysterious black luggage. At first, they had no idea what was inside, which is why they could be heard joking around in the video. Suddenly, as they poked open the suitcase with a stick, the smell became overwhelming, and only then did they realize something sinister might be inside.
Okay, so she's calling the police so we can see if it's actually a dead body or it's just food.
When cops got there, they confirmed the presence of human remains in the trash bag stuffed inside the suitcase.